go. Boys and girls. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. What is going on, guys? You made it to another RC Airplane Reviewers, RC Enthusiast show. Man,
what's going
this is
on?
show number 226, man.
They're getting up there, man.
Dude, but who's
They're getting
counting,
up there.
right? 226. That's a lot of
Nobody's counting.
dedication. You know? Yeah, but who's counting, right? Man, guys.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, happy freaking Thursday. You made it. We're here. It's 2026. It is now April 9th. Can you believe that, dude? April 9th.
Yeah.
It's
The
crazy.
time is flying. The
I
time
know.
is flying for sure.
Time's flying. We're not flying that much because, the
No,
winds have been pretty crazy. You
yeah,
know,
the weather won't let us.
it's pretty interesting because it depends on what part you are in the country. But I tell you what, where we're at right
Right.
now, this time of the year is like windy, breezy season, and it's like it's just not predictable. So if you're gonna fly this time of the year, you're gonna fly in wind no matter what, crosswind, whatever. You know?
If you plan on flying, yeah. Other than that, you
Absolutely.
just gonna sit on the sidelines and watch everybody else.
That's it, and we don't do that. I mean, but there has been
No,
days where we had to sit down. What about you guys? Let me
right.
up into, let's see, the chat. All right, man, we've got IDK Dodge 4882 all the way from Ontario, Canada. Dude, that's pretty far away, man. Good to have you in here, man.
That's definitely a good way from here.
Yeah, he says we are still flying indoors, man. That's pretty far away, but good to have you here. Man, we got Charles McDaniels in the house. We got Silver Fox RC. Bill Wagner, what's going on, buddy? We got Aero Builder Drew, Mountain RC, RC Flying Veteran, Air Sally, what's going on? Jay Custer, P51, Fan, of course. Tim Burks, the one and only. Certainly glad to have you in here, my friend. Looks like he said he made in his FMS A10 twin 70mm the other day. And he said his main landing gears came off and he had to belly land that thing, but it was smooth as butter, though.
I've had those. We've had those moments, man, where we
Yeah.
had to just put it down, like
Oh, I
no
know.
gear.
I know. Done it
It
many, many
was
times. Let's see. We
yeah,
got
it
Red
was
Wine
either put it
5.
down or it's gonna come down on its own.
We got Winston Brown. Good seeing you, Winston Brown. It was cool seeing you at the fly-in, the swap meet, man. That was great. So had a good time there. You know how to go pick up an airplane from there. So I did that. Got an airplane. Let's see here. I think that's everybody, man. And if I missed you, I'm sorry. But
Man,
I
I
think
wish I
that's
could
it.
have made it to that flight, that
It was
swap
great.
meet.
It was great. Let's see. We got
Yeah, I hate I
LR
missed it.
Randall. We've got Truth Still Matters. Man, and the list goes on and on. We got RC Nick in New Jersey. Man, just rolling with it. And we got Tyrone Coltrane. What is going on there, sir? John
Tyrone Coltrane.
Ziegandel. I think I said that right. Let's see. West Hobbies RC. Jaybird Flies RC. Man, there's so many people in here, dude.
There's a lot of people
47.
in here.
Dude, 47 and counting. Let's
Dang,
see here.
47 already?
Already, man. We're cooking. We're cooking, boys. We're cooking.
We got to bring a good
31.
show tonight, then.
Yeah, we're cooking, dude. We're doing it. We're doing
The pressure is
it.
on.
Yeah, the pressure is always on, dude. So, guys, glad to have y'all in here. We're in the mix, man. So, RC Pilot Will, what's going on, dude? What's going on in your neck of the woods?
Man, work, ready to play. I'm off this
Yeah.
weekend, so I'm ready to play, man.
Hey,
I'm tired of working.
I'm ready too, man. I think I need to get some flights in, and you know, I think we're gonna have a good time.
as,
But
as we
I think
both do.
the weather should be
Yeah.
settling off, right?
It should be, man. I know it's gonna be highs in the 80s on Saturday,
Dude, we're getting
so
into that
hopefully
part.
it's not gonna be windy at the
Yeah,
that's crazy. But
we're getting into part of the year where the weather's trying to get good, but it doesn't know how to get good yet. So we're just rolling with the punches, man. So, but yeah. So he's got a little poll right there. I was trying that thing out right there. My little poll right there. Do you like buttered sausage? Yes, no. I don't eat tube meats, broski. That's pretty. That's pretty what it
like butter
says. So
sausage.
yeah, I was trying that one out. That's a new feature that I want to try.
I
So that
wonder
was
how many
like the
people
first thing.
say yes.
I know. I want to know, man. My real question is how many people use their thumbs when they're when they're flying.
Flying.
Yeah, but no, man, everything's going pretty good. So I'm happy to be here. Glad everybody's here. And yeah, so again, welcome to the RC Plane Reviewer Talk Show, man. We got some good topics we're going to talk about. We've got some nice airplanes that have come to market. Got some very nice ones right here behind me, you know. And got my hands finally on the little.
Oh yeah.
65, dude. Look at this thing.
Yes, sir. I want to fly that little thing, man.
It looks really, really nice, man. It looks really nice.
I like that. I like that color scheme.
Dude, the color scheme's nice because it's gonna pop. You know, you can't help but see it.
Yep. Yep.
And it went
together. Just like that K8 back there. That K8 pops.
It goes together so easy. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. You stick these in the wheels in there, right? And then there's like 4 screws in the tail section. 2 on the vertical stabilizer and 2 for the rudder, and you're done. Super easy, man. And then inside, it's a very spacious bay, as you can see right there. Very nice. It's got the XT60 plugs in there, so can't wait to get this one up and try this bad boy and see exactly how this thing, you know, grooves.
Oh man, you know it's gonna.
It's a nice one.
It's gonna fly like a dream.
Look at that, man. The paint is nice on there too, and the price is right. You know.
I'm willing to bet it can handle wind too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think so too. But it's a really nice airplane, steerable nose gear. The red, white, and black are popping. You know, that's the
red, white, and black are popping.
Popping, man. But dude, we're in here. So there's a couple of topics that I wanted to talk about, man. We're going to talk about some Frankenplanes. I mean, do you own any Frankenplanes there, Will?
Frankenplanes.
Yeah, you know what I mean by that? There's planes that are,
when
you mix parts from broken airplanes, you create like new airplanes. You know what I mean?
Like
you, yeah. Have some of those. We got 53 people in the room.
I think I got one somewhere around here that I pieced together.
Man, Victor RC said he's all thumbs, dude. Can't trust people.
Oh yeah, thumbs. All day long.
I'm all thumbs. It's the
I don't trust. Dude, yeah, the pinchers.
Can't
the pinchers. My buddy is a pincher, man. And I'm just like, dude, how do you fly like that? And he's like, it's easy. It's so much better. It's more precise. I'm like,
yeah.
But if all you doing is handling the sticks, like
I know.
It's
and they're like, it's precision, though.
Yeah,
it's precision.
Yeah, you're just doing this, like, I don't know. It feels weird to me.
Hit those likes, guys. I love it that when we get those done, it also rocks the algorithm too. They're like, hey, people like this, and they start putting the channel in front of more people that are like-minded. Let's see.
Right.
Let's see. IDK Dodge says another good color that pops is orange. My dad has an orange Turbo Otter. That thing just pops when it flies. It only flies off on floats. So boom, there you have it, boys. Oh, Don Henry says I pinch and thumb. All right, there you go.
Pinch and thumb, man.
What do they call that? And being amphibious.
Very versatile.
Amphibious. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. But, hey, man, to each his own, you know? Take a look at this. Hey, guys, when are you going to do a review on the 2-meter Consendo, right? I'm picking one up tomorrow at my local hobby shop. Funny you say that because I'm picking up one tomorrow at my local hobby shop too. Because I want to try it out, man. I like those type of airplanes. They're very cool. And so I'm going to pick one of those up. And I believe they have them in, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to pick that thing up and and give it a whirl. See how it does, man. You know it's going to fly good, but yeah. So let's see.
Yeah, you know it's going to fly good.
Silver Fox says thumb right, pinch left. Okay.
Thumb right, left, pinch. What?
Thumb right, pinch left. Oh no, that's too much. I can't do it.
Yeah, that's dude. That's some serious coordination. Yeah. Hold up, I gotta see what that feels like. Thumb right, pinch left.
Right?
That's I'm getting confused trying to do it.
Yeah,
my brain can't do it.
Same.
My brain can't do it.
Well, that is definitely multitasking at its on the highest level there. Let's see. Jay Birds Flies RC. He says, have either of you guys ever owned a Great Plains 30cc Citabria? Guess what? I have.
I'm gonna say you have.
In it. Yeah, I had a DLE 30 in it, man. It flies good. It's a good flyer. Plenty of power. Mine had a smoke system on it too. That was a long time ago, but it flew good. Yeah, it flew. It's a good flyer. You just got to be careful on ground looping on takeoff. You just can't hammer the power and just go up. You got to roll into it because it is, again, a Citabria, but it's an aerobatic bird, man. Absolutely. Roll with that one. Let's see. IDK Dodge says, I just use thumbs, but I will pinch when I try 3D for the first time. Yeah, try it, man. See what you like. It's a free country still.
My thing with the 3D, man, like you seeing me try to do 3D before, Bobby. I tried it. I can't seem to get that thing down pat, but you saw. I don't know. I think you was there when I did it. I was like, maybe I need to hold it down under my stomach and just like stick my tongue out or something. And
I've seen people do that. They're like this, and they're like,
tongue out.
But you can't really do that because you have too many bugs flying around, right? And that
you'd be to get one in your mouth.
Yeah, you're gonna get some free protein. Get some of that natural protein right there. But look, one thing I wanted to talk about was pretty cool because, like, we've never really talked about it on the show, and a lot of people don't know some of the difference. And what I'm talking about is wing shapes, right? Like the wing tape, like shapes on airplanes. You ever seen some that have straight wings like this one right here? And then you got the tapered wings like this one right here. So, what's the difference between that? We all can look at them and say, well, one goes fast and one goes, not as fast, right? Well, there's reasons for this stuff. So I was like, let's talk about it, man, because this is very useful information that, it's not, a lot of people don't know, I've always was like, well, if it's swept back, it goes fast, right? And if it's straight, that's stable and good handling. So wing shape. So let's talk about straight, like the rectangular wings, like this, the K8 back here, which is a phenomenal flying airplane. Will demonstrated that on his video. He says it's the most common on light, low-speed aircraft. It offers excellent stability and forgiving stall characteristics, typically stalling footward. So, and Will, you've experienced that. You've seen how stable that thing is, how well it flies, right?
Yeah, it's very stable. Bird. It just goes right where you point it.
Yeah, it really does. Now, let's talk about the taper wings, and I'm jumping into comments. I'm going back and forth. Let me jump into comments real quick and see if you guys have anything to say. Let's see here. I'm a scale flyer with lots of old school glow fuel trainers. LOL. I love glow, man. I still love it.
Nothing wrong with the glow. I got glow.
Let's see. Mountain RC says, how long have you been flying now, Bobby? I started flying in 2007, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 26. What is that? A long time. So, yeah, I've been flying since then.
19 years.
Yeah, and
that's 19 years.
Non-stop. It's non-stop. I haven't taken any breaks or anything. It's just go, 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 right? I enjoy it. So, look who we got here. Boom, we got a little hex speed action going on. What's going on there, brother?
What's up, buddy?
Dude.
How's it going?
Man, we're in the mix, dude.
I just got home.
Hey, we're glad you're here.
And he still got the sun out there on his side.
Yeah, man.
I know.
Yeah, I just got back from my kid's baseball game.
Oh,
but getting ready for we got an event coming up tomorrow for the next couple of days, so I'm going to attempt to fit 3 giant scale airplanes, 2 jets, and E-Fly GB in the car.
Oh man,
in the car?
Look,
well, SUV, but
okay, all right.
I got a feeling you're going to be successful for sure. But hey, guess what?
He's going to have the back door open.
Yeah, that's right. The backup. Hey,
the back door is going to be.
We're talking about wing types actually. So you came in at a really good time because we just talked about straight wings and everything like that. Because it's some topics that a lot of people may not know about. So let's do a little education tonight, right? So next thing we're going to talk about is tapered wings. That means the wing chord narrows from the root to the tip. That design is more aerodynamically efficient than a rectangular wing, and it reduces drag, though it's more complex to build. So what would you say, hex speed would be something like a tapered wing airplane?
So like a P-51, pretty standard example, or a P-40 has a lot of taper to it.
That's right. That's right.
Typically, with a lot of taper, you end up running into tip stall issues if there's not some washout built into the wing. Because what happens is that smaller airfoil out on the wingtip, the thinner airfoil, will tend to stall before the root of the wing. So,
absolutely.
there's ways to get around that. And not every single plane will tip stall that is tapered, but just kind of depends.
Hey, get it slow enough, it will.
Yeah.
Right?
And we'll stall eventually.
Yeah. You slow any of them down, though.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of the cool stuff. The sweatback. We're talking about the F-14s. Everybody loves. That. There it is, right there. Just like the F-86.
Yeah, swept wing action right there.
Yeah, guys. So a little swept wing action right back there too, as well. So this is found on most modern airliners, like that little J-65, and jets. Sweeping the wings backwards delay the onset of shock waves at high subsonic and supersonic speeds, significantly reducing drag. Meaning it could punch through the air quicker to hit that hypersonic threshold right there.
Yeah, so it really reduces drag once you get to what's called the transonic region, which is where you're going from subsonic to supersonic. That's really spot. Yeah, and nowadays with all the thrust out of these modern engines, you don't have to have a swept wing. But back in the early days, the Sabre was, the F-86 could go supersonic in a dive, but it was substantially faster than a straight wing jet because once you get into those transonic speeds, the straight wings are a lot of drag, and that's because one of the reasons the shock wave coming off the nose actually hits the wing. So if you sweep it back, the wing stays out of the shock wave longer. So that's one of the reasons why swept wings are more efficient at higher speeds. Doesn't translate into much at model size or speeds, though. So what it ends up causing is, they fly fine, obviously, but they do have some interesting stall characteristics and stuff that you don't get with a swept wing. Yeah.
Like when you're talking about transonic and everything, you're talking about I think it's like Mach 0.8 or Mach 1.2.
Yeah, so transonic is like the very end of the subsonic region and the very beginning of supersonic. So kind of like 0.85 to 1.05 or whatever. So
yeah, something like that. Yeah, pretty close.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a little bit of education right there for you guys, man. That's some cool stuff. Will, have you ever gone subsonic? Have you ever gone supersonic? What do you think?
I think I'm going subsonic or supersonic sometimes when I'm on 540 on my bike.
Oh, absolutely. On your motorcycle? Oh, for sure. Now, the question is, what about the V1200? The V1200 takes taper to the extreme, I would agree, for sure. That thing
it does.
Is fast, man. It's just extremely fast.
It is.
And so I kind of want to see how fast they can get that thing. I know it goes 160 easily, but I'm wondering how fast can you get that V1200 before it gets to the point where the prop is actually making drag? I wonder about that. Any of you guys know about that?
It's probably not too far off.
Yeah.
From its current power setup and prop,
Mm-hmm.
I would say the drag on that airframe is relatively low. It does have a few things like the landing gear kind of stick out and stuff like that. Right. But I don't know that it would be all that much faster with, say, an even thinner wing or completely flush landing gear. You might get a few more miles an hour out of it, another 5 miles an hour, but nothing you're going to be able to really notice with your eye. So I've actually been curious. I had one of those. I had one of the first version, and I got it secondhand. And that was back before I was doing any kind of ACE3X tuning. And it would get into when you start going really fast, it would start to do this pitch oscillation because of the gyro. And I couldn't get it to stop. And it was really annoying because every time you tried to go fast, it would start doing it for whatever reason. I don't know if it's just my airplane or what. But anyways, I ended up selling it. And but I am curious because it was a really fun airplane.
Yeah.
And but I kind of have this idea. I've got so many ducted fan motors for glow fuel that I kind of want to stick one of those in the front because I think it would be really fast.
Stick it in the front of what? In the front of what?
Of a V1200.
Jeez, are you serious?
Yeah. So these motors will turn over 20,000. So you stick a prop on it instead of a ducted fan. And,
oh my God!
That's what all the old pylon racers and stuff that they used to have are all nitro powered. So there's some pretty fast models out there.
By the way, Don Henry said, what about delta wings? Well, Don Henry, delta, a triangular wing is used primarily on subsonic fighter jets like the Mirage and Concorde. It's structurally very strong and performs well at extremely high speeds, though it requires high angles of attack for landing. So there you go. So if you want fast, the delta wing is going to be.
Yeah, deltas are definitely tuned for supersonic speeds.
Yes,
for sure.
And don't they have like a very good like lifting force ratio as well?
Yeah, it's a lot of drag though. So like when you have a delta wing fighter, and you'll see it the same thing with models. Like if you have a Mirage 2000 or whatever, because the wing chord is so wide, they work pretty well at really high speeds. But as soon as you start to turn them, the drag caused by the angle of attack on that wide of a wing, even though it's tapered extremely, the drag ratio is insane. So once you start turning hard with a delta, if you don't have a whole bunch of thrust, it's going to start losing speed very quickly. And you'll see that in models. The same thing with full-size airplanes. That's why you'll see like Mirage 2000 and stuff like that. They'll turn really hard at first, but they bleed off energy really fast. So
like the FMS Rafale does that with ease.
Yeah,
like,
that's a big fat wing
that
too.
Sucker hard, and that sucker just almost comes to a stop.
And the higher the sweep angle of the delta, the worse that characteristic is. I mean, look at the SR-71. So when you turn that airplane hard or pull it into a vertical, you can just see the airspeed just bleeding off immediately. Yes. So, but as soon as you get the nose down, you can see it accelerate really fast because the drag just goes completely away almost, So they're definitely a supersonic type design, and they don't work all that great in models because of the drag, but they are cool. Actually, Delta is one of my favorite types of airplane to fly. So, because you can do a lot of stuff with them, all the high alpha stuff and things like that. But
I'm looking at what Miles, the mini pilot Kelly says. He says he got his V1200 to 180 miles an hour with a 10x prop, and that's crazy fast, man. Like that's extremely fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's crazy fast.
Probably have a dive.
80 miles per hour.
Oh no. I'm like, what do you want from me after that, right? Jeez, man.
Turbine, that's what you want.
No.
Yeah, you gotta go turbine next. You can't go with anything else.
Turbo prop.
I know. I was getting ready to say, I was like, you've gone so fast. Now you just need to go turbine. Let's see. The truth still matters. He says, I'm a sport jet guy. I fly off the thick grass. I think about the Freewing Zeus 90. He says, I've never flown an F-22, and I'm wondering about the V2 90 millimeter. What would be better off grass, the F-22 or the Zeus? Well, guess what? Truth still matters. You're in good luck because if you look right behind RC Pilot Will, he's got something there that he
probably the F-22.
I would say the Raptor.
Absolutely.
Much lighter wing loading, bigger tires.
My reasoning is that the Zeus's main landing gears are a little soft in the aluminum material. So they bend a little bit, so I would not recommend it for grass, but that's just me.
Man. Yeah, that was a good question. And while we're talking about that, since we got RC Pilot Will there, let's go ahead and break it out. Let's talk about the Freewing V2 F-22 90 millimeter. It's here. Will's got it back there. Will, let's talk about it, dude. What are your thoughts on that bird right there? I'm going to bring you to the forefront. Have it.
All right. Well, look at the bird, not me.
For sure.
Well, I pulled it out of the box, of course.
He just picked it up. He just got that. He just got it.
Well, I pulled it out of the box. I mean, it basically still kind of looks like the V1 with a few exceptions. It doesn't have like the 80 millimeter scale texture feel. So it still got the same basically kind of design as the V1. Except for it does feel like the finish is smoother. It's a lot smoother finish.
Really?
So along with the lights, of course, everyone sees it has lights now. It has navigation lights. It has slime lights. It's not all dark tinted on the canopy like it used to. The wheels on it are definitely bigger. So I'm gonna pull the gear out real quick. Give me a second. Just pick it up. I'm gonna drop the gear on it, and I move
It
that
looks
chrome block.
good with the lights. I gotta say, man, I like those lights. I'm not much of a Raptor guy.
As you can see, that front nose wheel is good in size.
It's big.
Like,
it's as big as the back one.
So it's got. Let me move this block out of the way. It's got plenty of. Make sure I'm not gonna hit that table behind me.
Is that the same wheel as the 90 mil one?
No, that wheel is the 90 mil on the V1s was smaller. This one's a lot bigger for us grass guys. So they did kind of go a little outside of, I guess, the scale spectrum or whatever with that, so that they can make sure that other grass guys can probably fly these things with no problem. So, like I say, other than that, it's basically still your V1. Just you don't have the you have the blue box and everything still inside. I think my V1 had a separate UBET, but they don't have that now. Like the ESC that they're using has reverse thrust, so it also has its own built-in BEC inside of it. So you don't have that separate BEC anymore, where you got it just kind of dangling around while you're trying to plug things up. They did reinforce. They reinforced it, and that you can see that travels pretty good. That's going to work out really well. They did reinforce the nose wheel mount. So let me show you that. But that was I was actually live with this thing when I unboxed it, and I told everybody I wasn't going to put it together tonight, but I did. But
it's the same. Minus the lights.
But no, this plastic right here, that's plastic. That's solid plastic all the way. It's reinforced for the nose mount now. So that nose mount is no longer going to just peel out of the airframe like it used to.
Like it break in half. So, that was a weak point.
It was a very weak point. No structure at all. So they did fix that problem. Y'all see I got an 8-channel just dangling around in there. Basically, that's about it, man. Other than that, it's got the really good working suspension and everything.
Yeah, looks nice.
They changed the lights on the front. It's got 2 lights on the front instead of 1.
Man, like the one light would blind me coming in, so 2 is ridiculous now.
Well, now the difference is, Bobby, is you got the navigation lights to help out with that too. So you used to have just that one light, and you can't see where it's going. It's coming in for a landing, and you got just that one light right in the middle, and you can't see the wings on the ends from one end to the other end because the light is blinding the mess out of you. Well, now you got navigation lights. So you can't see the navigation lights now.
That's a great point. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like with any other jet that we fly, you know.
Man, that's actually pretty good, Will. I didn't even really think about that, but that is a very nice looking bird, and it looks like it's gonna. I can't wait to actually see you fly it. I'm sure fly like the V1.
It's gonna fly like the V1. I'm pretty sure. It's just gonna look different because it has slime lights and navigation lights and
Jeremy,
all that
what are your
stuff.
thoughts on that the F-22 right there, man?
It's nice to have the lights.
Mm-hmm.
I started lights way back when with the early Raptor. Used to sell a kit, but too much a pain in the butt to put it in. So
yeah.
I mean, they got these recessed in pretty good.
Man,
just trying to make sure I don't bump that table right there, guys. I don't want to mar it up.
Some of you guys,
I used to sell lights. Pull them out real quick.
And while you're doing that, I'm gonna show you guys where you can order some of these lights if that's what you want to do. You don't want to go and spend a bunch of money. You want to go and get those lights, man. You can go to Stem Wings right here, and you can get them there, and you can see. So orders are currently being fulfilled in 1 week. So this is where you can get them from. And look, they got them for the F-22 all the way from the 70 to the 80. They got them for the F-14 if you want. They got them for the F-4 Phantom, the A-10. But let's see exactly how much these little bad boys are. Boom, for the F-22. Let's see if it's worth your time. Oh, okay. So the formation lights are $46. And then you can get illuminated cockpit panel for $34. And that's kind of cool. All right. I do want to see how much. So, but okay, there you go, right here. So, actually looks really good on the F-18. So that's pretty affordable. That's not terrible at all, guys. So that is that's something that's definitely doable if that's what you want to do. But yeah, shout out to stemwings.com. There you go. And
Yeah,
Jeremy,
I used to do. This used to be the wingtip for the 90 mil Raptor. Kind of cool.
Let's see here.
Little 3D printed module that we used to build up. This was an A10 wing.
Nice.
And then we had like the Raptor, verts and all that stuff. But
very nice.
They were a pain in the butt to assemble. Glad planes are coming with them now. It's what we wanted from the beginning. So,
man, now take a look at that. Now that's a good shot right there, Will. So it looks really, really nice, by the way. So let's see. RC Flying Veteran says, "I just bought a set from you, Jeremy, back in the day." He said he bought a set from you back in the day.
That was a while ago.
Man, he said a sweetheart to land. Let's see.
We had them. I had them designed for the Freewing Raptor, the F4 Phantom, and the A10.
So here's the question: what makes the F-22 so easy to land? I'll let all three of you guys take a stab at that. What do y'all think? What makes it so easy to land?
Well, dude, you can slow it down like you want to.
It depends on the pilot.
It's true.
It depends on what now?
It depends on the pilot.
That too.
There's a lot of people that really have a hard time landing Raptors, but
yeah. But you bleed off the speed.
The lifting body.
Got Hexby Jr. over there. Look at him in the back.
Yeah, I see him back there.
His mini-me right there. Man, oh man. So let's see. Slow, fast, alpha. The alpha doesn't care. It's very true. It's a very forgiving airplane. Great flight envelope. It's just a good flyer all the way around.
It can slow down really well.
And Wes Hobbies is right. It's a flying feast for one. So the whole thing is a kind of like a lifting body, I guess you could say. So we were talking about wings earlier, so I didn't want to segue away from that, but so we were talking about the different wing types and everything like that. And I was trying to get back to that. So we talked about delta wings, we talked about sweepback wings, we talked about tapered wings, we talked about, straight edge wings. I think we covered them up except for elliptical wings. So an elliptical wing is the most aerodynamic efficient shape for minimizing drag, famously used on the Supermarine Spitfire. However, it's very difficult and expensive to manufacture. So that's a very interesting thing. That's why that Spitfire flies so good. And you can see it right there on that P-40 right there.
That's what that is.
What do you think about that?
P-47, very similar.
Yep. And it's just a good flying, lifting. It's like a good balance between everything.
So if you really look into the elliptical wing shape, there's a bunch of studies on it. The reason that they do that, one of the reasons that it's so good is that the stall characteristics of the elliptical wing are better than a lot of other wing types. So what ends up happening is you get a more even stall across the wing. So you get less tip stalling and in general, just a little bit nicer behavior. And I've had a number of Spitfires. They all fly really nice. And P-47s are pretty similar as far as nice flying qualities go. So
Brent, let me ask you a question. So what is the purpose of the tip of the wing for let's say the J65 or the Viper 90 that lifts up? What's the purpose? Yeah, what's the purpose of the wing?
Yeah, so they don't do much for models. It's really a full scale kind of a thing. But essentially, what that does is there's a vortice that comes off the wingtips, and what that little winglet does is that it helps capture that vortice, and it essentially increases the efficiency of the wingtip of the airplane a little bit. And it's not much, but it's enough that airliners all pretty much have them now. It's a very small efficiency number, but if you look at thousands of airliners flying thousands of miles, that 0.001% increase in efficiency ends up being a lot of money saved. So you'll see a lot of, and it's a subsonic thing. It's meant for supersonic airplanes. So, and they're all specifically tuned for a very specific speed range and angle of attack and all that stuff. So there's a lot of science to go into them. Most of what you see on models is for looks. So it's either a scale feature that the real one has, or they put them on there to make them look cool. They do help with a little bit of side force generation. So like if you're doing knife edges and stuff like that, it sort of helps. But yeah, on a model, it's mostly for looks. On the full scale, it's to increase efficiency of the wing design a little bit. But,
now, Bob, you don't mind if I ask you one more question, because I'm kind of curious about this stuff. Like,
fire away.
so, so now, because like I was on an airliner, and I was sitting where I could see the engine and the wingtip and everything, and I noticed when we were taking off, it looked like the wing itself was lifting upward at the tip.
Yeah,
they'll flex a lot.
Is that by design?
Yep, they're made to flex.
I heard they can flex up to like 6 to 8 feet at some points.
Yeah, the 777 and the 787, those things flex a ton, like a lot, like 10 feet or something at the tip.
Good God.
So if you think about it, the wing, you're floating on the wing, right? And so it's much like the suspension on a car. You're floating on your suspension and your tires on a car. So if the wing is flexible, it'll absorb bumps in the air, and you won't feel as much inside the airplane. And also, most wings now are composites made out of carbon fiber and stuff like that. And so there is some natural flex to it. They will flex. It's not necessarily a bad thing. So they're pretty much designed to do that. And also, if you think about it, when they flex up, it creates like a dihedral effect, like a trainer. And so it's more stable and smoother, and they ride nicer. And that curve up in the wing actually might be for a efficiency thing too. The shape of the wing might actually be more efficient with that curve in it. And that's based on like the sweep angle and everything else. So there's a lot of different stuff that goes into that. But yeah, it's definitely made to do that on purpose.
See,
okay. I was just wondering about that. I was like, man, that was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. My first time flying and being there like on the wing like that. And I was like, okay, this thing is just like, it's like, I'm like, what in the world?
They flex a lot.
Is it supposed to do that? Yes, it is. Hey, look, by the way, have you ever seen the condensation coming off of a wing? I'm going to share my screen so you can see it. And it's a very cool thing. But here we go right here. I'm going to make it big. Take a look at this. See it right here? I've noticed that right there.
Oh, yeah, that's neat. I've never seen that.
You've never seen it?
I have seen where we were getting ready, and we were like taxiing or whatever, and it was raining that day, and I would see the water like funneling.
Yeah.
Sucking up to the motor.
It's pretty neat, huh? Aerodynamics are amazing.
I've flown in 787s a bunch of times, going back and forth to Japan and whatnot for work. And when you take off in a 787, because they're so heavily loaded, the angle of attack gets pretty extreme when they first rotate. And because it's so humid there, and it was cloudy and also raining in the time, I mean, the whole top of the wing is covered in like a cloud, essentially. But what that is the wing is essentially separating the water out of the air. And so it's creating a small accumulation of water, and it looks like a cloud. So it's quite literally separating that negative pressure on top of the wing. Same thing happens when you see them in air shows doing high G maneuvers and stuff. That negative pressure will literally draw the water out of the air molecules, and then it accumulates in areas, and then it looks like clouds. So pretty wild stuff.
Yeah, so when you see them pulling those high G maneuvers, they
it's
pull it up like this.
It's the same concept. It's just at a higher speed and a higher angle of attack. But
it's pretty neat when you see it, when you get a chance to. But by the way, while we're talking about cool stuff like that, so it's been a week, right? I don't know if you guys were in the show last week, but we talked about the airplane, the Dynam E-2C Hawkeye, the AEW, with the 60-inch wing. And I wanted to show, there's a video that came out of it actually, flying. So I wanted to show that. I like to see these things after they've been out for a week, so you can kind of see the oohs and ahs kind of go away, and then you're like, okay, now let's see exactly how it is. Like,
let's see what it really does.
Yeah, let's see what it really does. So we're gonna watch this video real quick of this thing right here, and let's take a look. Here we go. I'm gonna cut that music back. All right.
Certainly powered well.
Yeah, it says it's over 1-to-1. That thing's scooting too, dude.
Jeez, yeah, it is. Can the foam hold up?
Look, they just did a roll. Yeah. And the foam, everybody's saying the Dynam foam on this one is like way better.
It
So
is.
you can see
Nice.
they're flying inverted with that dome up there. So like Salt said, I said it right. You hear that? I get a pat on the back. Salt,
Yeah.
Like Salt
Yeah.
said,
I didn't even recognize you were talking to me.
yeah, man. See, it's aerodynamic. It doesn't affect it not one bit, and that's kind of cool to see. You can kind of see. I guess this is the airfield, the Dynam airfield. It looks to be a very capable flyer. Let's take a look at this. I don't know. That's not slow mo, by the way. That's it actually putting. So that's slow mo.
Yeah, that's slow mo right there.
It's neat,
Now my thing is
Something
this
different.
is that Dynam doing this video? Or?
Yeah, it's Dynam.
I wonder if it's been modified. I'm just picking.
I don't know.
I was just picking.
You can see it though. Let's watch how this thing lands. You can say a lot about an airplane by the way it lands. Does it land heavy? Nope.
Yeah, it kind of plopped. It kind of flopped.
The pilot though. The pilot.
Depends who's flying it.
Them guys don't land very good. Look at that. Look.
Also, I didn't see any flaps in it, so they weren't using any flaps.
There's no flare. Where's the flare? No flare.
And he did porpoise right before attempting to land. It's like he took a bad landing.
I don't want to be mean, but
Let's be
I
mean.
could probably count the number of nice landings I've seen from that part of the world on one hand.
I agree. Look, they did use flaps. Look, those can't be landing flaps. Those look like takeoff flaps. But you're right. They don't seem to land airplanes very good. Check this out. So they are down. They did have flaps when he come in.
I know you guys have seen the videos from that one field in China or wherever it is, where it's just like seems like everything that flies crashes.
Dude,
it's like up in the hills.
Yeah,
I don't know what field that is, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's like a parking lot. I'm like, dude, what are y'all doing? But
I gotta admit, it does look good though.
It does, man. Is it gonna be something that you want to keep though? Or is it gonna get boring really, really soon? You know what I mean? Let's take a look. Bill Wagner, he says they do produce some really good crashes, especially landing. I agree. Dynam planes have always had somewhat sketchy reputation. I agree. Their servos were horrible. Let's hope they change. Wonder what version it is. I don't know. And it looks very scale. Dave Moyer, 9241, he says, too bad RC planes can't create that condensation. That was the next question that I had. How come they can't? I guess it's just, do the turbine jets create that same pressure? I imagine they would. But I don't know. I've never seen it.
I'll tell you what.
If you are in the right situation with the right environment, you can absolutely see it.
Okay.
We saw it with the Freewing F4 Phantom. So
really?
Kind of interesting. Yeah.
That is.
But we were humid. We were so humid, it was crazy.
Yeah, I was going to say.
If you take off, if you take off with your EDF and it's dew on the ground and it's a grass field, you'll have a nice little stream behind you.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I've done it. We've done it quite a few times, taking off with dew on the grass. And it just leaves a nice little stream behind it.
Let's see here. All right, so we're going to move on to the next topic here. Man, there haven't been any new airplanes that came to market just recently, this week at least. But let's take a look here. Let's talk about Warbirds. Beauty versus practicality, right? I'm hitting you guys, you Warbird guys right there. Flying giant scale legends like the P-51 Mustang. let's talk about it. Why do we love planes that are harder to fly? Like, why do people like airplanes that sometimes are hard to fly? I like easy airplanes to fly. Is it because it's a challenge, or is it just because, like, I would say that Bearcat. The Bearcat looks like it's hard to fly, but it looks like it flies great.
It flies like a jet, honestly.
Yeah.
Very similar. Very good flying in the air.
Would you
They're
say
definitely more challenging, but I mean, I enjoy the challenge. So
it's relative, I guess?
and not all of them are hard to fly, but a lot of times they're less forgiving than a sport airplane. So
I agree. Yeah, for sure. At least reaction time wise. So, what do you think about that, man? What do you think about why do we like flying airplanes that are harder to fly? I would say like some people may say a turbine jet is harder to fly, and I would say it's not, but it is relative.
Why do we like flying harder airplanes?
Yep.
Because we always like to advance our skills, I think.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the other thing is there's a lot of naysayers that are always standing way behind you thinking that this thing's going in, and when you can prove it.
There is a certain level of satisfaction when you get that thing up there and you bring it down and you're like, now what? Now what? Will, what do you think about that, man?
He's just laughing. He's like, wait a second, are you talking about all those people behind?
Yeah.
Oh man. What I think about what? No, I'm sorry, I missed the question. I was trying to find that airplane for you. But what did you think about what now?
Yeah, why do you love planes that are harder to fly? You do fly airplanes that are hard to fly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a challenge, you know, and it's a good feeling to bring it home in one piece, you know, after every flight, and and just keep trying different things with it and learning new stuff, learning new characteristics of it. It's like I said, it's rewarding to me. I mean, and I think I did hear y'all say something about people in the background, kind of walk away like, and what,
Yeah. I mean,
well, now I knew it.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same reason why I'm messing with these old glow ducted fan jets. I mean, it's challenging for sure, and not very many people do it. I'm probably one of a handful of people that are flying these types of jets, but I enjoy the challenge. For me, that's the fun part. I get bored super easy, so if I just flew the same stuff all the time, I'd probably be really good at flying timbers, but that would be about it. So I just enjoy flying different types of stuff. I love Warbirds. I'm a big Warbird fan, and I really enjoy them. To me, they're more challenging than flying jets, and I love the airplanes in general, the real ones. So for me to be able to have the model form of them is really neat. I mean, there's plenty of war-fighting jets too, and I do like those. I have jets and Warbirds and whatever, but yeah, for me, the challenge is what makes it exciting. And
I agree.
I also enjoy doing things that no one else does. Like, who the heck puts a 200cc motor in something this big? Like, not me. No one else has done it, and everyone told me I was crazy. They told me it was going to be unflyable and everything else, but Are
you revealing your next GB foam plane?
No, but I definitely. We talked about putting a glow motor into a 2-meter T-28, and also talked about putting twin glow motors in that new Beech 18 that E-Fly came out with. I think that'd be really cool. But
that would be, that actually would be pretty neat to see, man. And I agree with you. That's why I've been, like I said earlier in the show, I have been flying nonstop since 2007. And it's because, I always, I've never, sat still with one airplane, right? I always will get something different. And that's what keeps me involved. That's what keeps me going. I've never gotten burnt out of flying, to be honest with you, because, I'll go from flying prop planes, go to Warbirds, go to electric, go to gas, go to glow, go to EDFs, go to turbines, go back to EDFs. There's so much out there for everybody that you can do that and not get burnt out, right? So that's kind of what helped me go on. But I'm like you, Brett. I really enjoy just all of it. I really do. And that's what keeps me going. So,
Bobby, check your email. I sent you a link to that.
All right, let me take a look. While I'm doing that, Let's see here. Someone said that B1 looks difficult to fly. Is the B1 difficult to fly, Jeremy?
No. Well, I guess
Okay.
for some people, but no.
I mean,
for the most part, no. That thing is
okay. What makes it easy? Like what about it makes it easy to fly?
super predictable. Wings, when the wings extend out, are like ginormous trainer.
Okay.
When the wings are back, it's a little more difficult. The biggest thing that you got to do with that is you got to make sure that your rates are higher when your wings are back, because the surface, imagine this being your aileron surface, okay? With your wings out, you have the whole entire area. But when your wings are back, look at how much surface you have at that point. So you have half the amount of surface until your wings are out. 100% surface, 50% surface when the wings go back.
That actually makes that's, never thought about that, honestly.
And so you need to give a little bit more on there. Now, it would be nice if that airplane would have had, an elevon set up in the back, because then you could have got aileron and elevator in the back. But to keep it safe and keep it simple and keep it affordable, you got to have some compromises. So
Yeah. Also, too, flight modes with the bird on my higher defense says, yep, that helps as well. Let's see here. So, one thing that we were at the field, what was it, last week, Will?
Mm-hmm.
And we saw one of our fellow RC pilots out there with a new airplane. And I'm going to share the screen with you guys so y'all can see exactly what it is. But, Brett, you're like this. This right here is a Top RC P-47, and so this was the maiden flight of it, and I think it had a 150cc radial in there. So let's take a look at this video. This is the maiden flight, and well, just watch it. Listen to that sound.
listen to that sound.
It has a forward blade prop on it, so, it's a thrust monster, not necessarily a speed monster.
It's beautiful.
That's the maiden flight. Now just listen to it. This is amazing.
That thing's hauling.
It was a maiden flight.
Sounds like it's fast, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not fast at all. It was extremely scale.
Those 4-blade props are not very efficient. Trust me, I know.
And that's what we were talking about. He said it flew very scale, and it looked like it too. But we were talking about him taking a 4-blade, put a 2-blade on there, and it'll really fly with, give it some more speed. But one of the concerns was on takeoff, it was kind of sluggish, because it's fighting, it's a lot of torque on those 4 blades there. And then when you hit the throttle, when you down throttle, man, that's like a break.
Well, it's a big heavy
That thing
airplane.
is screaming.
And honestly, on a radial, 150cc isn't that much power, especially with a 4-blade on it. So
yeah, it's not like 150 on a 2-stroke. It's definitely.
oh yeah, it's almost half the power essentially. So
exactly, and that's I was trying to get this thing to play, but it's doesn't seem.
That's why all my stuff with 4 blades has literally twice the power it's supposed to have, and then they fly great. But if you power it with what's recommended or whatever, and then put a 4-blade on it, it's going to be slow and underwhelming.
Yep.
I mean, that's a pretty scale speed, but
yeah, and that's what it was. But it was equally nice. But like, take a look here. It sounds so.
Yeah, radials sound amazing. I mean, there's no doubt about that.
It's flying into the wind. That thing's pushing.
But it doesn't have a lot of thrust behind it.
Yeah, it's almost like it probably barely do a loop,
And visually,
Yeah, he should be about to land that thing here shortly.
Setting up for the land.
I think I'm about to say, he's setting up the landing now.
Gear check, he's checking the gears, he's got 3. And again, that thing's like,
Get out.
No, he actually only had one just now. He had a gear malfunction going on maiden flight.
Yeah, the top RC P47 is about the same size as mine. I think it's a couple inches bigger, but it's a 40+ pound airplane.
Now watch
Oh yeah, it's a heavy
once
joke.
he starts throttling back. You can literally see it slowing down. He's just throttled back right there, and you can see it. You're like, man. But it lands so beautiful, boys. That's the P47. It's so nice.
The one thing about a 4-blade prop is it acts like a giant speed brake. So as soon as you come off the power, it slows down really quick.
Yep, that's what I was telling you.
It did slow down really fast.
It's something you really have to get used to when you're swinging something that's big.
I want to say it was like a...
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a giant parachute.
Yeah, man. But dude, that was a
don't try to clean it up
video. That was a very nice video. He did a good job. And that was cool, man. So we were out there. We watched him get about 3 more flights on that one, and as he started, to lean it out a little bit and everything like that. But it was a beautiful looking bird. And so that was that right there, boys. We're gonna take a look and let's see here. We're gonna move into the part of the show where you got a question, ask a question. So we're right here. We're going to open it up to everybody where you can ask a question, you can fire away, and we will try to do the very best to answer the question. Let's take a look here. If you have a question, and remember, don't forget the poll that we had. Let's see here. I need to see the poll on the buttered sausage. Let's show that. Let's see here. Type 1, 2, or 3 in the chat. Let's see here. I've never used this function, so I'm trying to see how this thing works. It's really just a test there. Let me see. Do 1. I'm going to see if it... Oh, it does work. Okay, so if you put 1 in there, then it... Okay, so cool. All right. All right, let's jump into it. So, Truth Still Matters says, Bill, given what I've heard tonight, I'm going to try the Raptor instead of the Zeus. I have the Viper 90, which is a great plane, the Avanti 90, which is an awesome plane, and the FMS Bayhawk. The Raptor will be a good change-up. I agree. It's a good switch-up for you, so I think you'll like
it is
that.
A good switch-up.
That's a very good... And you have a nice selection of airplanes too. So, yeah,
that FMS Bayhawk is a beast.
Yep, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. So,
you like buttered sausage?
Yeah, you got to press 1, 2, or 3 if you don't.
Oh my gosh!
There we go. If you, so I'm the only one that answered. Let's see if anybody else likes buttered sausage. I never even heard of buttered sausage until he said something about that. I'm like, what in the world is that?
Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face.
I don't know. But, all right. So let's get that out of there. And so that's cool. At least I know the poll works, so that's great. So we'll be incorporating that into the show. Let's see here. Upper Echelon says, how about a speed test comparison between similar sized platforms? EDF versus turbine. We did that, Will.
Yeah, we did that. We did L39 EDF versus turbine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not much comparison. It takes a lot of watts in an EDF setup to match the performance of the turbine.
And it took me to do a dive to be within, 18 miles per hour of Bobby's flattened level.
Yeah, that's just the top speed, not counting the vertical authority and all that stuff. So
yeah,
flight time, all that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's no comparison, But we did it anyway, and it turned out being pretty fun. And I think I caught it on fire, didn't I?
Yeah, it actually did catch on fire. Yeah.
That's not to say that you can't have an EDF that performs well. I mean, I've had a number of them that perform really well, and the flight times aren't horrible, but it's a different type of flying. You have to use a lot of energy management, a lot of throttle management, and, you don't just get to go around again if you mess up your landing approach a lot of times with an EDF, because you're usually, on the bigger ones especially, because they take a lot of juice. So when my T-38 was electric, I get about 3.5 to 4 minutes if I was flying it pretty hard. And if I mess up a landing, had to go around, the chances of me making it around on that second attempt were pretty low. You kind of have to stick it the first time.
Yeah, you You better stick that sucker and get it done. Because I mean, I know I did that with the. I went out and did some flying one afternoon after work, and I took the K8 out, and I went and I was playing around, and I was like, okay, time to come in the lane, and sure enough, it was time to come in the lane. I was I was thinking, okay, I could go around on this one, and I went to power it up, and I was like, that don't sound good. I was like, I'm not going to go around with this one. So I had to fix the landing and take it, and it didn't hurt the plane or anything. It's sitting right there, just chilling out. But yeah, it was very sporty. Too bad I didn't get that on camera, but it was sporty.
Warrior asked a question. He says the TBRC always swaps out Freewing servos with high-tech servos. Is that overkill? Just snagged a Freewing V2 F-16. That's I think it's overkill. I mean, I mean, if you want reliability, you want something that makes you feel some stock servos. That's not overkill.
Yeah, some people just feel. Some people feel better about. Yeah, some people feel better about using better quality servos and stuff. So I mean, I've got some AGFs and stuff that I didn't even have to go AGF in. It's like,
I'll say this: I've been running stock servos in the majority of my EDF jets, and I have had no problems whatsoever.
Right, and I haven't had any problems with my stock ones either. But like, say for instance, like this F-22, for instance, I probably will eventually get rid of the stock ones in the tail because I want to have reliability on the tail because I use tail rounds, so I want to have definitely good reliability there. Plus, I use a lot of throw, so I don't want a servo that's gonna hit stall and then it doesn't perform like it should. Put me in a bad spot.
I will say this: out of all the airplanes I've had servo failures, I haven't had very many servo failures, but they were pretty much all with Freewing airplanes. So, and it's been a while, so maybe they're better now. But I've had 3 or 4 servos burn out and pretty much cause a crash every single time. So,
yeah. So, like I said, very little investment for something that'll give you some longevity if that's what you feel like you want to do. So.
But then I've also got Freewing servos that are bazillion years old and work fine. So I don't know.
It's just all about the one that was built at the moment.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean?
Now,
some of them got messed up during the build. Some of them came out super perfect.
Well, before we leave, we've been going over an hour and 3 minutes, so I like to keep the show to an hour. But I wanted to end it with talking about the K8, the Fly Fans K8 guys. Make sure you go get one of those at bananahobby.com if you can. Those things are absolutely phenomenal. I've got one right here. It's an excellent looking bird. It is very, very, very nice. The thing flies amazing. I haven't flown this one yet, so I can't wait to take this one out. I'm waiting on a receiver to throw in that thing so I can fly it. But it is a magical flying airplane. Will flew his with a 7,000 milliamp LiPo in there success. It did not care about the weight whatsoever. It did a phenomenal job. So
did not care.
So a little bit on that.
Really, a 5,000 on that one is what me and Will noticed was a very good balance between that airplane. So it did really well with the 5,000. It did really well with the 6,000. But Will said on the 7,000 he could feel a little bit of the weight, and it was a windy day, but it handled it with ease. So there you have it.
My thoughts on batteries are I wouldn't be less than a 5,000 milliamp hour on there, and I'm betting you had to have that thing as far forward as you can in that bay, right, Will?
What, the 5,000?
Yeah.
It was a 54. It was a 54.
Well, okay.
So it's like a 5.5.
So
yeah, so I was able to keep it kind of neutral.
Put that battery as far forward as you can at first, then start walking it back for your fill. The only thing that you're going to feel a little bit different on that is that you're going to feel a little bit aft CG feel on landing on there, and you'll get a little porpoisey with the lighter batteries. We put
it does like the float with the lighter battery.
We put the 6200 in there, and that was like, I think that was the cherry on top type battery. Yeah. I didn't try a 7,000, but I'm sure it'll, probably flew very well also. So
Very
But the
good.
balance that we got that was good with the 54 was we got a good balance between flight time and speed out of that 54 because of the less weight, and it had a pretty decent amount of milliamp hours for the flight time. So
Yeah.
we got pretty sweet spot right there with the 5400. Now with the 775, now that was, of course, that was a Bolt X. I mean, we got 4 minutes. We got a little bit over 4 minutes of flight out of that, and we were just pegging that thing, like we were beating it up, like seriously.
The crazy thing is your batteries probably weren't even hot at all, even after.
Yeah. They were just normal warm after that kind of push. I did have I think the percentage was down like 18% or something like that for the high voltage pack. But other than that, it wasn't like I didn't kill the pack. I didn't hurt it.
Yeah. And Truth Still Matters, he says, how was the K8 on grass? Phenomenal.
Dude, it took right off.
Yeah.
Like
it was excellent. It
took off like it was a highway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
So here's a question for you guys. Now that you've had it in your hands, how does the airplane feel in regards to weight?
It's so light. The airplane right here is. This thing is lighter than my my E-flite 80 millimeter. What is that? Habu. Like this thing is light for its size. It is very light.
I've owned the L39 80 millimeter for Freewing, and this is, and I mean that L39 80 millimeter can scoot, and that thing feels good in the air. But this is definitely crossed that. Like it surpassed it, and it feels lighter. It flies smoother. It's just, I mean, it's got to be.
No, it's not. It is not like a Bayhawk. It's more like an L39.
I was getting ready to say, he's like, I was going to answer that. I was like, it's like a mixture
it's like an
L39 and a Viper 90, I guess you could say. They're both kind of.
So my comparison is very similar to what you're saying. Now like a Bayhawk, Bayhawks and most Hawk airplanes, they will find a tip stall on the wing at getting slow. This does not. I haven't really found a tip stall for that airplane yet. It falls even winged, which is super awesome with how straight that wing is. It does a really good job. So I would say it's better than the Bayhawk in regards to
for sure.
that type of character.
Oh yeah. When Bobby told me to,
it's better than the T-33. It's better than the L39 in my opinion. I mean, it's in a class of its own, but it just flies very nice, very clean.
When Bobby asked me to give him a tailwind on that thing, he was like, he wanted to see how it goes going tailwind. I pulled it in that turn, and I was still full power, and I pulled it in that turn really hard, and it did not act like it wanted to. And it was windy, and I was making a turn in the wind, and it just did not act like it had any problems.
Yeah.
Like it didn't want to stall out. It didn't want to, what do they call it? Do an accelerated stall. It didn't want to do that. It just wanted to make the turn and go. Like Jeremy, it was amazing how well it performed, man.
Jeremy, last question of the night. When will the camo version of the
I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking for it.
I saw you on your phone. I was like, I bet he's probably asking. We're going to get that for you, and then we're going to get out of here.
Yeah, we posted that up a minute ago, and I can't remember when.
I think it was like late May or early June, something like that.
I thought it was May, is what I heard. Late May.
I thought it was late May.
Let's see.
So yeah, give me a minute.
Because I think Carrie answered that question on the last live stream.
Yeah. June, it says coming this June. So
yep, it was June.
So coming June, that's when it will be there. So guys, don't forget to look out for that one. That one's going to be a cool one if if you're waiting for that one to come out and you're going to bypass this one, hey, that camel one's going to be amazing. But yeah, so we're going to close this show out, guys. It has been good. We went for 1 hour and 10 minutes. And, dude, I have to say, this was a very good show, man. I have learned a lot about the wing types and everything like that. It was good to have you on here, Will, Salt, and Brett. It was good to have you up here, man, guys. So without further ado, I'll let you guys have the last say. Will, what you got, buddy?
Well, man, just have a good day, everybody. Have a good night, wherever you're at. Some people are enjoying the day right now because we have people watching us on the other side of the planet. So,
still got the sun
yeah, I know, right? And if you get some flying done, get some flying done. Have a good time. Bring it back in one piece. No trash bags.
Jeremy, what you got, buddy? That's actually pretty good. And carry trash bags in your vehicle just in case. Sorry.
No, there's not. There's not much to say. Just keep on having a good time. Do it safe so we don't end up on the news.
That's it.
But
yeah, we don't need any more laws on us, right? Like on the
right.
Brett, what you got, buddy?
Not a whole lot. Just for anyone interested, probably going to try and get some footage from this event we're going to. There should be a lot of really cool high-end like Warbirds and stuff there, so should have some neat covers from the event this weekend on the channel. So look forward to that next week sometime. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Get out and have a good weekend.
All right,
so are you going to stream any of it, Brett?
Probably won't stream any.
Are you going to be there on Thursday? Are you going to be there on Thursday?
Where? We're going to Wings Over Chino this coming weekend, tomorrow. So
I was going to say on Thursday you should phone it for a minute.
There you go.
Bobby will send you the link.
I'll send you the link, dude. Hey, you can.
He's like,
okay.
Oh man, he volunteered Bobby to send him the link.
Hey, because Salt knows how we work. But no, guys, really hope you guys appreciate the show. Hope you got something from it, and we'll be here next Thursday. 8:35 plus or minus a couple of minutes. We try to get on here when we can, but I hope y'all enjoyed that. Make sure you get some flying time under your wings, and I hope y'all have a good rest of the week. Y'all take care. We'll see you next time, and we are out.